Welcome to Papa Junk Shop. Well, now that the Observatory project is pretty much done, a few things to do yet, but it's all functional, and we just got to find or make a door between the worm room and the room with the telescope, and a few little details, but otherwise it's all up and operational. And Aaron says he's comfortable opening the roof by hand more so than if I make the power opener, because he's afraid he might do some damage with it if something wasn't right. If he does it by hand, he can feel if something isn't right. So I'm going to leave it up to him. Save me work not making it if I don't have to. So time will tell. But anyways, thought I'd get back to my normal projects. This is a Coleman 2500 watt peak 2000 watt generator that my son bought for me at a yard sale for $5, and the guy said it ran and it generated, but it smoked. Well, Grant knows I like projects, especially generators, so he brought her home, and tried pulling the starter cord and it wouldn't even turn. And this was when we first started the Observatory, so it's been sitting here, but of course as soon as we got it home we wanted to know a little bit about it, so we did pull some covers off, and I just sat them back on there so we wouldn't lose them. So I'll show you what we found out so far, and we'll get into it and see what we can do about it, if anything. Move you over here a little closer. So, like I say, I already took a lot of this plastic stuff out of the way. And the gas tank. Still got gas in it. I'll grab a pair of pliers to get that hose off of there. Gas doesn't smell too bad either. Okay, and this cover. And we got some sawdust in there from the building project. But what we discovered was that, I don't know how well we'd be able to see that, but this top bearing is shot. And it was right over against the magnets. When it gets to there, you can't hardly turn it because it sucks it over. But I don't know, hopefully you'll be able to see that. Let me see if I can get you a little closer. There we go. You can see there is a lot of play there. Matter of fact, you can hear it clunking. If I remember right, yeah, we had this off too. Hey, it's been a couple months, so. Wow. I'm surprised this isn't just covered with oil. That seal must be pretty forgiving. I'm not sure what this is here. Looks like it comes from the valve area. Comes up through. Maybe it's supposed to oil that bearing. Don't know. I'm not used to working on this newer stuff. So we'll get into it a little deeper. We'll get some of this stuff off of here. Looks like might have an issue. Something there too. Kind of loose as a goose. So let me shut you down for a little bit and I'll get a few more parts off. Okay, let's get this coil off of here. Kill wire. One nice thing about the newer stuff, you don't have to mess around with the wire going into the points box. Well, guess I better leave it there until I better not put them in there. Let's get the parts tray out. Okay, let's see if we can get this carburetor off of there. And I was just looking. I guess with the generator mounted on the bottom, it wouldn't be very possible to have a oil drain plug. And this new stuff is something else, isn't it? You can't spend another 50 cents to make it reasonable to drain the oil out. You got to tip it up and run it out the dipstick hole. I think the dipstick is the one that made that design. I should have got a ratchet. See what that did for me. Yeah, there's something else someplace. I'm sure some of you guys that know all about these are probably laughing at me. There's something down in there. So I guess I'll have to get this air cleaner off. So what we got? There's the air cleaner. Looks like it's pretty oil saturated. Must have had a lot of blow by. And I'm sure that a lot of you are thinking, why am I wasting my time on a 3600 RPM self-destructing generator? Well, just because I want to. Just for the challenge, I guess. And of course, that's not going to cooperate, is it? Well, maybe I'll have to take the wheel off. Okay, let me figure that out and I'll get back to you. Well, every time I work on this newer stuff, I hate it even more. Got them push-on things to get the wheel off. And of course they don't. I'll go get a bigger pair. They go on, but they don't come off. And of course, the whole axle's turning. We'll get some vice grips. Vice grips on the bottom. Okay. Well, it's not ever going back on there because I don't like the things if I can get it off of there. I'll drill it and put a cotter key or something in it. There, finally. No bushing, just plastic. That's what I expected. There's some bushing in there. We'll slide that over the axle so I don't lose it. Okay. Let's put one up here. Same color as the background hiding on me. Okay, so there's the back of the air box. Yeah, right there's another bolt. Not going to be fun to get. Yeah, let's see if we can go over here next to the rope. Holy mackerel. Only 16, so got the wrong ties. Okay, that's the kill switch. Now, let's see if I can get in there. Apparently there's supposed to be a O-ring seal or something in that carburetor. Here's one of the old brakes I could have had it apart by now, all pieces. Okay, finally got that off. And then get this off of there without destroying anything. Alright, let's just set that down here out of harm's way. Okay. Now the coil can come off. Alright, so let me drain the oil out of it and we'll see how we can get the generator off the bottom. Okay, got the oil out of her. Oh, there's a tag on there. Let's see. AC voltage, 120 volts. Current, 16.6 amps. Power rated 2000 watts, surge 2500. 60 cycles, single phase, 3600 RPM. Power factor 1, insulation class F. Continuous duty. I bet. Now, bolts on the tops. Okay, side hardening on the top side. Just back underneath. Okay, let's see what we got under there. And we got a ground right there. It's got to go. Creates. Got a nut on it too. Guess I should have known. Must be a self-locker. Okay, and then we got a plug here for the outlet. It's like working on a car, you never know which way to push the button. Got rocket science or something here. There. This thing is plastic, so I can scrunch it a little bit. Now the rubber foot's in the way. There we go. There's a capacitor for the regulation. Circuit breaker, outlet. I can't believe all that sawdust that got in there just from our little bit of work we did for the observatory. So, looks like the stator or field, whatever you call it, bolts in from the top side, and the armature's got a bolt here. So, let's get a what's that, half inch? No, 9/16. No, it is half inch. Yeah, let's take that right out. See what we got here. So I'm not sure if that's a big fat washer on there or if that's something to get a puller onto. Hopefully it's something to get a puller onto. Let's give it a little love tap here and see. Yeah, I think maybe that's to get a puller on. So what we'll do is start that back in there a little bit. And I'll go find a puller. It's going to fit on there. Give her a little tug, see if we can get her off. Okay, found a puller that's going to fit. And it's really close to this plastic fan. So I took the bolt and took it over the lathe and drilled a little center hole to make sure that that stays centered. So put that in there enough so that we're not going to hurt the threads. Okay. Looks like we're centered pretty good. And it's turning the bolt. And I don't have a half-inch wrench. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea on them threads. Let's go with something a little friendlier. Pretty good pressure on there. Give her a smack. There she goes. Oh. There's the rotor. Pretty nice and simple. I thought these always had a diode someplace. Maybe down in there probably. Have to blow that out and see. But hide that underneath here. The way of getting damaged. Okay, now I'll get these 4 bolts out that hold this on. I should be able to get the engine out of there. Probably could do it without taking that off, but we're going to take it off anyways because we want to clean it. Check it out. So, oh, there we go. See, I'm going to put a little more padding under there just in case, so if that drops down there it's not going to damage them coils. Okay. I'm not sure if it's going to work. We'll try it. That one's really tight. That one's underneath there, and that one's underneath there. So maybe it would be just as easy to take the engine off and get that off later. So, half inch is as good as I got, and that's what we need. There goes the wrench, and it let right in the oil pan, and I drained the oil in. That's easier to go get another one for now. I think I'll hang on to it this time. Remember, why do you want them that tight? Just so it don't fall apart. You know, I doubt that this will take it off. Let's try. Yeah, just for the fun of it. See if the DeWalt's got any more room. Yes, it does. One down, 2 to go. And that one's not going to be friendly from this side. Neither is that one. So let's see if we can get at it from the bottom side. Yes, we can. Guess that one was loose to make up for that other one. It was so tight. Not very consistent with things. Okay, 1, 2, 3, there we are. I better quit so it don't fall on the floor. It's already bad enough shape. Into the spacers. Okay. Okay, so apparently that is to center it. Boy, this part don't weigh much. And we'll get that off of there later. Okay, so let me do a little spiffing up here and then we'll get into this and see what we got inside. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, it don't seem like them are very tight. Like they're all the same except the one in between the valves. No, that's the same too. So I think they're all the same length. Yep. That's good, I can't get them mixed up that way. Pretty oily looking. Looks like she's an aluminum bore. Well, it doesn't seem terrible. It might have smoked because somebody had too much oil in it. They probably never ever changed it. They probably just kept adding to it because it's too much work to change it. Okay, it looks like there is a mark on the side towards the flywheel on that piston, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's get the bottom off, see if we got it in there. There's a drain place for drain the oil there, but you can't access it because of the generator. Those are all the same length. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to get it off. Looks like just sealed right there. You hear the tone change, so it must be working with us. There's a couple of locating dowels there. So. we go. There's some oil. I got a rag there. Yeah, plastic gears. Yuck. Unbelievable. I'm not sure I even want to bother with it. I might have more fun just taking the generator part of it and playing with it. There's the governor, the oil slinger. Whole cam's plastic. That's the first one I've encountered. I've heard about them. Let's see, there's quite a bit of oil in there yet. Alright. So let's see, probably got, that's a top dead center, so the cam should be let's get it in the firing position. Why am I not turning out? Well, need to pull her out of there. Maybe. Yeah. So what am I missing? I'm missing something. There we go. Steel shaft, plastic cam. Well, it does look in good shape. Matter of fact, it's real nice and smooth. Well, onward.
Kevin? Kevin?
Hang on a minute here.
Oh.
Okay, let's get this. Still, even with that cam out there, still can't turn it. So, must be something else going on here. Thing's being mean to me. It drew blood on me. Don't know how, but it did. Dude, that's a long-winded one there. Well, there's the crankshaft. And it's really messed up. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That's some serious gouges. There's Mr. Piston. It says mag side. Well, the bore actually looks good. And there's no bushing in it, just runs in the case. Looks like there's an oil hole over on that side. So, with the crankshaft being bad, it's not worth the effort or money to spend on this one. I thought maybe if it was just the case that was worn, we could put a bushing in there and save it. Guy probably could turn this down and put a bushing in there, because yeah, the camera beeped at me to tell me the battery was low, and of course 2 seconds after that it shuts off. So I was in the middle of talking about turning this down and putting a bushing in there. I suppose it would be possible, but oh, look at there, the gear comes off. Okay, but you still have the 3600 RPM noisy generator with a plastic camshaft and iffy everything else. So I don't think this one's going to go back together. What I'm thinking is that we can have some fun with the generator section. We can take this crankshaft, which goes in, oops, goes in there, and we'll cut this off and use this for a shaft to drive it. Got to come up with something for an end bell though, so I'm thinking that I try to come up with something to do that and tear the rest of this stuff off, and of course this nice cast aluminum can turn into something else when we melt it. So I guess it was fun. And the cart I can probably use to put one of my heavier display engines on, and I'll have a way to move it easily. So still well worth the $5. And we got some parts. So I think we'll call this video a wrap, and sometime in the future you might find me doing something with this generator section. So if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. See you next time.